Hey, American Keach. I'm here with Jay Denna, and he is an awesome client over there at CTS, and he's been seeing some great results. He's been there now for a little while. He's here to share a story and kind of what the whole place is like and what his experience has been like. So, Jay, thanks for being here. I really do appreciate it, and want to just kind of, let's step back a little bit, okay? I know Angie, right? You and Angie's your wife, correct?
Yeah.
You guys have been going there for the same amount of time, and how long have you guys been going there for?
About 18 months.
Okay. Let's talk about that point maybe before you decided to go there, kind of like where you were at physically and emotionally, kind of like what was going on in your life.
Well, let's see. 18 months ago, I just roughly turned 40, okay? And kind of I needed to get back in shape. Kind of just getting down on myself, a little overweight, this and that, feeling the age thing hit me, and was talking to her about getting back in. Let's do something. We got to do something. So signed up, having fun. It's a blast. The place is a kick in the pants.
Okay. Now, you said you're kind of getting down on yourself a little bit. Was this something like it just started to build up over time? And was there like a specific moment where you're just like, all right, that's it. I've had enough. Let's do this?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I mean, once I hit 40, I was like, it's either now or never.
Yeah.
I'm either going to get in shape or I'm not. And all my, I'm kind of friends with some older people that they're in their 50s. I don't want to necessarily call them older, but they're in their 50 range, and they're like, hey, if you're going to do it, you better do it now, because once you hit the 50 range, trying to get in shape is a struggle, and stay in shape is a struggle.
So it scared you a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was like, you know what? All right, well, it's time to do it. So we need to do something.
Now, there's lots of places you could have went. Why'd you end up going here?
Well, I like the much of the private instruction almost. I understand since it's in a group format, it's a little bit different. But I've always gone to the gyms and worked out for a little while and then get discouraged just because time-wise, it's a struggle to get to the gym when you're doing it by yourself. But as you do it as a group, I think you're kind of held a little bit more accountable by your group. So that's what kind of, at 5:30 in the morning, you're thinking to myself, well, I either go, have a great time. If I don't go, I'm letting some people down. So, it's you just get up and get moving.
Okay, and was there a specific reason why you chose CTS maybe over some of these other places? Like, did you know about that group aspect before coming into that, and is that what like attracted you to doing it?
Yeah, that's kind of what attracted me to doing it. Along with the successes my son has had, going there. Although he does something a little bit different, but yeah, like I said, I've tried the other gyms, big gyms, and trying to do it myself, and it just wasn't working out. I was going to lifting the heavy weights, the free weights more or less, and it just wasn't working. I couldn't stay focused, couldn't stay just stay on it for some reason.
Right.
Right.
And you were
just wasn't the same as when I did it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then I just needed that extra push, that John provides. I mean, when we go in there, he's always pushing you. He's always pushing you your limits. And at this point, that's kind of what I need.
Okay, and I know before we started recording this, right? You had some issues. Right? I think you're talking about your back, your knees, and things like you had like things that were hurting you, right?
I've done a lot of physical labor when I was younger.
Yeah.
Here recently, I'm into more of a desk job, and so with all the hard labor that I used to do, and then now transitioning into a desk job, my back was starting to hurt. Basically almost every day. And anytime we had to go anywhere for the kids and we had to be on our feet for a long period at a time, my back was always giving me problems. I mean, within 2 to 3 hours, I had to go find a place to sit down because my back was just killing me. And so I'm going to say probably a year after going to CTS, we had a function for my daughter's cheer competition down at Disneyland. And this was the first real thing that I noticed. We went down there, and I didn't feel my back all day long, at all day long. And that was quite refreshing, to be able to, at the end of the day, have a ton of energy and not have any back pain at all, and be able to have, go play around with the kids. at the end of a long 8-hour day at Disneyland.
Yeah. Now, how does that make you feel? Obviously, not physically, but how does it make you feel, maybe more mentally and emotionally, knowing that you don't have to deal with that anymore?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I love it. That's, I don't know, how to put it into words to describe how I feel about not having any back pain, that I can have the energy at the end of the day to go run around with the kids.
Yeah. Makes you feel kind of like a new person, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. New person. Makes me feel. Honestly, I feel like I'm about 20 years old again, to be honest.
Wow. Wow.
You
And so
know,
you've been a
I
lot of
can
the other
go
places.
sprint.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and also with being a football coach, I can go run around out on the field with the kids and not feel it afterwards. To where before I could run a couple of plays with them and I'm gassed, after a couple of plays. But if I go do it now, it's like nothing. It's just like I feel like one of them,
Yeah.
one of
Kind
the
of.
teenage kids.
So would knowing that you can do that, you can hang out with these kids, you're not feeling any pain anymore. Does it make you happier?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm ecstatic about it. I couldn't be happier,
Okay.
to be honest.
Now tell me about some of the other results you've seen. I mean, you
Oh,
were
I
going
think
in
you
there.
froze
Were
on
you
me.
trying to
Yeah.
lose weight or do anything else? Was there a specific goal you were trying to reach once you went in there?
Um, I think at first I was trying to drop some weight, but it just turned. Just by the fact that I was just feeling better was kind of helping with the weight issue,
Yeah.
and the workouts I think is what kind of just brought it all together for me.
Right.
Feeling stronger. Yeah, I dropped some weight as part of the process. Which is great. I'm not going to complain about that. But um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm
Okay.
ecstatic about being
Okay.
in shape that I'm in right now.
And yeah, I think you mentioned this before, but right, there's no pain, so your energy levels are probably a lot higher now than they were before.
Oh, a ton. Yeah, way higher than what they used to be. You
Okay.
know, there's times, shoot, you get home from a long day of work, you're busted, you're tired. You don't want to do nothing.
Right.
Now it's like when I get home, it's like, okay, now what are we gonna do?
Okay.
We got things to do. Let's go do it.
So would you say, and it's a relatively short period of time that you've been there, but would you say that this has changed your life?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
By 100% changed my life.
Okay. Now tell me about what it's like actually training there, kind of like what the process is like, kind of the atmosphere of the place.
Well, the atmosphere, it's a fun place to go. All the trainers and stuff, they keep everything lighthearted. They push you when you need to be pushed,
Right.
but for the most part, everybody kind of jokes around, have a good time. Keep it lighthearted. But serious when it's time to get serious, when you're trying to reach a PR or something like that.
Mm.
You
Now,
know.
you'd mentioned it's a group, and you feel like you're held accountable. You don't want to let the group down. So that makes me think that it's pretty close. It's not like maybe another gym where you're just by yourself or a one-on-one personal trainer. Like it's a pretty close, kind of tight-knit family type of thing. Is that right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We all kind of look to each other if somebody's kind of missing a step or in the lift, and one of us kind of spots it. We'll try to make a suggestion or something if John's say busy with somebody else. Or if we're doing a group lift and we need some help with some weights. People kind of help out and pass weights around to kind of get everything moving and going for the group.
Okay. Does that make it? I guess it's a funny way to say working out is being fun, but does it make it more fun and enjoyable being in that type of environment?
Sure, yeah, because you're communicating with people. You're smiling, you're having a good time. You're helping people out, and I think generally, if you're helping people out, that just makes you feel good.
Okay. Now, what is it, about this place that maybe sets it apart from some of the other places? Because you've been and you trained, you worked out. What would you say maybe sets it apart?
Let's see, sets it apart. I'm gonna say the constant ability to have a coach there. You're always being watched by a coach, always, and pushed by the coach, to where at another gym, you're typically there by yourself trying to go through the steps, just trying to push yourself. But at CTS, you've got somebody there behind you pushing you the whole time. So there's no backing down. They're not going to let you slack off like what I would do personally if to get that last rep in or that last sprint. I'm going to say, oh, that's enough. To where at CTS, you have to do it because you've got that other group behind you help pushing you, and you've got the coaches there pushing you also to get that last set in.
Okay, now obviously, right, you've got some background, right? You do some coaching work with kids. You've done, lifting experience, training experience throughout the years. So it makes you think, someone watching this may think, oh, that's who it's for, that type of person. But that's not the case, right? Like, who is this place for, and who can it help?
It can help everybody, because it doesn't just promote, the so-called healthy people,
Right.
Or what the new thing is, what CrossFit, it doesn't necessarily target anybody in specific. Yeah, they kind of say, train like athletes, but like John kind of always says, your bodies are meant to do this no matter what kind of shape you're in or what type of person you are. Your body is meant to do these things.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse. It's just get out there and do it. And as you do it, you're going to gradually get better and more athletic through the process.
Okay. And now people are going to watch this, right? They've heard your story about how, your pain in your back is gone, how you're feeling so much better, your energy levels are higher. They may be thinking about, signing up and going here. They may be on the fence, though. So what would you want to say to somebody that's on the fence?
Somebody that's on the fence, you're not going to regret it. You're going to see progress. I guarantee you're going to see progress. If you put into it what the coaches are putting into it, you're going to see progress no matter what.
Okay. And then last few questions, I want to just switch gears. I want to talk about John, maybe the trainers kind of in general, what type of people they are. So give me a few words or phrases that describe, not maybe as trainers, but as human beings, as people, what type of people they are.
Caring, motivating, just always trying to push you to the next level. Just all around good people. They do anything for you. If you ask for anything, they do it.
Yeah. So they're there for you. They're a very supportive group of people to just help, not just you, but everybody else.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have questions on diet. Ricky's there to help with that.
Mm-hmm.
John's there, to do that, but I think Ricky's more on that part of it. You have any questions, they're there to answer,
Okay. And I want to ask, because obviously John's the one who's running things, I want to ask you a little bit about him. What type of person is John?
John's a good guy. He'll go out of his way to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go out of his way to push you. I mean, I don't really know him too much as far as outside the gym.
Yep.
But I think he's pretty much the same guy outside the gym. Just a good, steady guy, wants to help anybody out. He loves working with the kids. And for me personally, I enjoy that most of everything from him, is how much he likes to work with the kids and how much he wants to motivate them.
Gotcha. All right, and the last question that I have for you is, right, you're kind of like almost like a 2.0 version, or like a newer version of yourself, is kind of what you were saying, right? It's changed your life. There's no pain. You're out. You got all this extra energy. Done a lot for you. So if this was the last time that you could ever see John or anybody else there, you could never talk to him again, you couldn't call, email, or text, knowing this is the last time, what would you want to say to them?
Let's see. Probably thank you, for everything, for changing me and helping just everything he's done for my family. Just motivation that he pushes us and all the hard work he's put into my kid and, my wife and myself. I mean, I just can't think of enough.
Okay. Cool. So obviously it's, meant a lot to you, right? It's a change your entire family, not just you, your wife, your kids, and you're all part of that program, and it means a lot. And
right.
I want to thank you for taking the time to come on and do this. Obviously, the last question was a little bit out there. It was a little bit of a deeper
Yeah, that was
question.
tough.
It's a hard question to answer,
Yeah,
but
it's good though.
you know what? It really shows that, you know, you've achieved kind of what you want to do, and your lives have been changed. So I appreciate you taking the time to come on and do this, and help everything out and showcase kind of the CTS family. And I wish you guys, you, family, everybody, the best of luck moving forward.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thanks for the interview.
All right, thanks, Jay.
Good time. Absolutely.